Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Have I ever told you how wonderful you are? Hello? I'm SD, and last time I showed you how to shorten your jeans the exact same way that a tailor would. But I also told you why it really wasn't all that it's cracked up to be. I'm really not a huge fan of it. But this way is just as easy. I don't like long intros. Let's do this. Now we need a sewing machine, an iron, some sewing pins or some safety pins, and some chalk and a ruler. All right, so I kid you not, I went to Target and I bought a ruler for this tutorial, and my daughter sees it and she's like, oh, well that ruler must be for me. So what does she do? She took it to school with her. And rather than go back to Target and buy a new ruler, I just thought, I'll just use a book instead. So yes, that is a book you see right there. Yes, it is my girlfriend's book. Don't tell her. But you gotta just make do with what you got, so it's all good. Now make sure your pants fit in the waist, and if they don't, you can watch my video on darts. It's probably down below in the description. And for this, you wanna make sure you put on your favorite pair of shoes. Actually, you can put on any pair of shoes that you want to. I don't know if you know this or not, but not all black people can dance. Because wearing shoes is going to make sure that you get the length of your jeans right. And I'm gonna wear some Air Force Ones like it's 1984, don't judge me. Now put a safety pin or a sewing pin right where you want that new edge of your jeans to be. And I'm gonna take my tailor's chalk, I'm using blue tailor's chalk, and I'm gonna put a little mark right there on the inside of my jeans, right where that safety pin is. Just kind of mark it real quick. You see that old hem right there? Yeah, well, you might as well unsee it, cause, well, we're gonna get rid of it. Take your ruler or whatever it is that you're using to just make a straight line with. You could use a book if you need to. You can use whatever you need. And go to right where that spot is, right where that safety pin is, or that sewing pin, or wherever it is you made that mark, and you were gonna take your chalk and you were gonna draw a straight line right on the inside of your pants, just straight across. Now draw a line 1 inch down from there, and then cut it. Fold your jeans up so that spot where that safety pin was, that makes that new edge right on the bottom of your jeans, and then kind of tuck the top part in on itself. Kind of just tuck it in, just like that. Just tuck it. By doing that, you are going to make sure that you're just gonna hide all that fabric. Don't have to worry about it fraying. It's all good in the hood. Iron everything down so it is as flat as the North Dakota plains are, and then take some pins and put some pins in there to just hold everything in place. You don't want anything shifting on you. And now now it's time to sew. So does your sewing machine, does it look like this? Well, make it not look like this. What do I mean by that? Well, you gotta take this part off, otherwise your pants, they can't go on the end of it. So gotcha. Okay, so we've got our machine all set up the way that we want it to be. We're just gonna sew a normal straight stitch. That's all that we're doing. I replaced my universal needle with a denim needle in here, and I've got my thread all set up. Everything is good to go. Now, all we're doing is we're gonna sew a line right on the edge, right here, probably about 1/8 of an inch, that direction from this edge, right where my finger is. Now we've got our sewing pins still in here because they're gonna hold our place. They're gonna make sure that our flap doesn't move around or shift on us. But here's what's really cool. They're so far over this way that I probably don't even really need to take them out as I go along. Normally you would need to, because you can break the sewing pin, you can break your needle. Now imagine this. Imagine like the tip of that thing just going bing, and then like hitting you in the eyeball. No. Okay, so let's have at it. And I had mentioned in a previous video before too that if your sewing machine can't handle denim, it's gonna let you know. It's gonna go and just kind of hesitate a little bit. Now my machine, it's fine for denim, but it still hesitates just enough to where I can't just zoom through this like I normally do. I gotta kind of take my time a little bit. Oh, and also, don't forget, there's a seam guide right here. There's some lines right along here that are gonna make sure that if you keep your edge parallel with these lines, is it parallel or perpendicular? We're going side by side like that. Whichever one it is, if you line it up perfectly like that, your stitch is gonna be perfectly straight. Now we're at the seam here, and you can't see it on the camera, but there's a really big bump right here where there's just a bunch of bunched up denim, and there's no way this presser foot is gonna be able to slide over it. So all we gotta do, see this little black guy right here? This little lever, just kind of move that guy up there, and you have to hold it in place because now you don't have anything holding your presser foot and your feet dog together, so your garment can just kind of slide all over the place if it wants to. So take your time on this part, go really slow.
Not nearly enough.
What do you mean not enough? See what?
So good at this.
Good at what?
Game. You got your game.
That's right. Whoop whoop. Well, see you later. I was kidding.
I am not hungry, but thanks for asking.
Oh shit, my battery's gonna go dead. Okay, I gotta hurry up.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. This is what we got. This is our new hem, this is our old hem. This is just a piece that we cut off right here. Now, a couple of differences that I want to point out here is the stitching on this hem is just a tad more that direction than it is down here. And this is why I use white thread, so you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. Now, another difference that you're gonna notice too is this hem is probably about 1/4 of an inch smaller than this hem right here. It's not a huge difference. You're only gonna notice it if it's side by side like this, otherwise you're good. And we've also got some distressing here on our hem, which we don't have down here. You could totally do that if you want to, and as time goes on, this is going to become distressed too. To be honest, you could wear these pants like twice, walk around town, go downtown, get a beer at a bar, you're good. This is gonna start to kind of get weared out and a little bit frayed and get weathered too. And you would not notice this in a million years. But these stitches right here, they're just a little bit longer than the stitches that I did over here. So when you go to shorten your jeans, when you go to hem them, make sure that your stitch length is set a little bit longer than mine is. I would say maybe around 2, 3 at the max, you know, kind of practice. And practice on let's say a bed sheet, and see if you like it. See if you like the distance. And this spot right here, this spot came out a little bit wonky because, well, I decided it'd be a good idea to call my girlfriend while I was sewing, and it wasn't a good idea. I had cut this part out too, but somebody had commented that you could use a magnetic seam guide, which is gonna make sure that your stitch is perfectly straight. And I didn't have any issues up here at all, but if you come down here, right where the seam is, it dips in just enough to kind of, but it's okay, because again, it's white thread. The only reason why you see it is because it's white. If I put blue denim thread in any of this, no. So just as a heads up, food for thought, you want to be careful down here. You want to make sure you get your stitch length right, at least to match whatever hem it is that you're doing. And you want to make sure you get some distressing down here, but that's going to happen after wearing these like twice. You want to know something even better than that? You can scroll down there in the description and you can figure out how to, fix your t-shirts and your dress shirts and your hoodies and your sweaters and your jackets, all of that. No more bagginess ever. My favorite is the no more pirate arms in your dress shirts. You know how annoying that is? And you know how easy it is to get rid of that problem? Really easy. That's all I got for you. SD out. See ya.
Mm-hmm.